Hello, my name is Deqa Abdi-Mohamud Abdi Haji Jama.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for
So,
asking.
so what do you do for a living?
I am a teacher, and I teach in the Middle East,
In the Middle East, where?
in Kuwait. I teach third grade. I teach math, English, science, and something called Unit Inquiry. It's a PYP school, a bilingual school at that.
So what? Did you always want to be a teacher?
Yes, I always wanted to be a teacher because growing up, I never really seen Somali teachers, and I never seen a Muslim teacher. So being able to connect with my students when it comes to the different type of people you get is a great representation when it comes to you being in an education leadership role. So I wanted to be a proper representation of my students. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be a teacher.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up everywhere actually. So I used to live in, first of all, I'm born in Somalia. And then I came to America when I was 2, lived in Georgia for a while, then Ohio, but spent the most of my life in Seattle, Washington. Yeah.
Ohio. Okay.
You
What
already
part of
know, you already
Ohio?
know. Columbus.
Yeah.
Coming in on 614, no, I'm sorry.
That's cool too. Not
Yeah.
really savvy. So, how did you get from Seattle to the Middle East?
Okay, so when I was going to school, I graduated from Central Washington University. So when I was getting into education, I looked up amazing teacher packages in the world, right? Because I noticed in America, every teacher be going on strike just for some pencils or something. I'm like, not me, So I was like, you know what? Where can I go where not only are we respected, but as a Muslim, I could definitely, work on my faith. So I went to a Muslim country. And Kuwait is somewhere that's very family oriented. It's not the fast pace of Dubai, but it's not as strict as Saudi. So I was like, you know what? Kuwait is definitely the place for me. I was teaching at a community college. An amazing professor from the Middle East seen me teach. He loved the way I taught. So he was like, hey, are you interested in ever teaching in the Middle East? And I was like, yeah, I bet. So it was definitely my connection to go abroad. Yeah.
Hey, that's nice. So you was teaching at a community college.
Yes.
And the professor seen
Yeah.
your skills
Yes.
and your passion.
Yes.
And he was from the Middle East.
Yeah. He was.
And he invited you over.
Yeah, he was like, hey, if you ever want to teach, we would definitely love to use you to educate our students. Because the thing with that one is, students, English is their second language. So in order for you to teach that, you have to understand that English is not their first language. And with me being bilingual, I totally get the struggles of not having English as your first language. But once again, being raised in America, clearly it became first to second. Bilingual, trying to be trilingual, trying to figure out Arabic, trying to learn Arabic. So yeah.
And the community college in Seattle, correct?
Yeah, in Renton.
So
Yeah.
were you nervous? Were you nervous on that making that journey to the Middle East to teach?
No, I wasn't. I feel like, teaching at a community college, I teach different people from different backgrounds. So when they tell me about their country, I'm always willing to accept the pros and cons of everything. So I love adventure. I love challenges. So for me, being in the Middle East was an easy adaptation for me. I'm Muslim at that. I feel like if somebody has a culture shock, it's because there wasn't really exposed to a lot of culture in America. But if you are culturally grounded and you experience culture through the experience of different people and stuff, you have some type of insight on like how it would be for a place full of different people from different cultures. So yeah.
So what advices would you give teachers in America that's interested in working abroad?
Okay, so first of all, I would say be very open-minded, right? Because there is going to be a lot of things that you would experience. Have the proper things needed, so the prerequisites. So you need your degree, of course, in education. If you are thinking about being a teacher, you need a couple of years in experience. You need to definitely look up the school you're about to work for, because things could look good on a website, but you have to have proper reviews. I would say reach out to someone that live abroad just to get an insight on like how the field really is, especially someone you trust. And then I would just say go in with an open mind, a great heart, and just a sense of adventure. Because, you are going to meet different people, go to different places, but that's the beauty of life. So, yeah. Not much.
Environments. I know what people in America want to hear too. So, two-part question.
Okay.
Can you let them in? Not exactly in your pockets, but let them know what is the pay like comparison to teachers in America and teachers in the Middle East,
Yeah.
and what is the environment? How are teachers treated? Because you know teachers aren't treated the best in
Right.
America.
Right. Okay. Pay wise, once again, your teacher package is a big thing. Teachers get a lot of money compared to them working in the States. To be honest, if anything, double or maybe triple the amount. That's one. And then you also have, a package that allows you to have an expat experience. So paying for their flights coming back. So your flight will get taken care of. Your housing accommodation will get taken care of. If you have children, you have free tuition. You have, your Medicare and things like that taken care of. So yeah, it gives you the opportunity to really save. You don't have to pay for rent. You know what I mean? You don't have to pay for kids' tuition. So I feel like they definitely do treat you right because teachers are well respected over there. Teachers are just like doctors. If anything, teachers are the one that helps students become doctors, right? The only career that kind of opens doors for other careers. So them knowing that and putting it in the same level as parent, you're like that child's mom or your family member, where your advice and your knowledge is such a big thing to them. And that's such a beautiful thing. But I wouldn't say that's only with the Middle East though. I would say same thing goes for Africa. You know what I mean? They respect teachers alike. China, India, they're very strict on education. You know what I mean? And so on. However, Middle East being very wealthy in its ways, you get definitely a lot coming in for you when it comes to your experience as well as your pockets.
So
Yeah.
from you teaching abroad now,
Mhm.
has that opportunity opened any doors for you?
Many doors. Besides the fact that being a teacher is very self-rewarding. Of course, you get up, you change people's lives. There's not a lot of teachers from America. There's not a lot of Black teachers. So to have students, not only to see Black successful teachers in the Middle East is such a big thing to see, But other than that, I think for me, it opened opportunities to make a difference back in my homeland in Somalia. So there's a school that I just opened that teach students how to speak English properly. And of course, English is one of the languages you need to know to travel the world. And not only that, you want to have confidence in the way you speak. Because that's the only difference between you and someone back home. They have a thick accent, they can't speak well, and so on. So that does something to your self-esteem. You can't really carry a proper conversation. So teaching English online in Somalia and having the funds to do that was something that I always wanted to do. And because I work abroad, it allows me to do that at my own time, my own money, my own resources. So I think, I think that's one of the biggest achievements it allowed me to do.
So you have your own school in Somalia.
Yes,
What's the name of it?
Reem Academy.
Shout it out. Shout it out.
Reem Academy, yeah. So it's an English program school. It's also a technical school. So once they get the students ready, they get them ready for real life, find jobs in Somalia, and then kind of get them going from there. So, yeah. And if they wanted to come abroad, they can, because now they can speak. They got that lingo. They got that proper pronunciation. So yeah.
Beautiful.